Buckle up, explorers. Our planet's been in a state of constant transformation for over 200 million years. The remnants of a supercontinent named Pangaea slowly breaking apart. From Fuego's fiery wrath to Japan's devastating tsunami and Turkey's recent earthquake, we're reminded that our ground beneath is always on the move. As tectonic plates continue shifting, the world map will keep evolving until all continents finally collide and form one massive landmass again, Pangaea 2. But can we adapt and thrive in this ever-changing landscape? Get ready to solve a natural puzzle. If you take a close look at our world map, don't you notice how the continents fit together like pieces of a giant jigsaw? That's no coincidence. It was Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist, who first spotted this mind-blowing connection back in the early 1900s. He noticed that Africa and South America seemed to be torn apart, but what really caught his attention were the similar patterns of ancient fossils and minerals across different parts of our planet. Imagine coal from Pennsylvania being identical to coal found in Poland or Germany. Talk about a global connection. And then there's the Lystrosaurus mystery. These ancient creatures' remains were found on every continent, sparking Wegener's theory that these lands were once joined together. What do you think? Are you ready to piece together Earth's history? Let's dive deeper into Wegener's groundbreaking discovery. So, you know how we talked about those weirdly matching fossils? Well, here's another mind-blowing fact. Lystrosaurus remains have been found not just in Africa or South America, but also in Antarctica, India, and even South Africa. All these places were home to this ancient mammalian reptile that went extinct 250 million years ago. How did it get to those far-flung locations? Wegener thought about this for a long time, and finally, he pieced together the puzzle. Earth used to be one giant supercontinent called Pangaea, Earth in Greek. He proposed this idea back in 1912, but unfortunately, scientists at that time just laughed it off. But Wegener's theory didn't die. Instead, it laid the foundation for a new era of discovery. As more evidence emerged and researchers started studying Earth's geology, they finally confirmed Wegener's Pangaea hypothesis and figured out how our planet's continents are still moving today through plate tectonics. What do you think? Are you amazed by this incredible journey of scientific exploration? Imagine tiny glass balls formed under extreme conditions. Think intense heat and force from a massive impact. These aren't just any balls, they're called tektites, and scientists discovered them in South Africa's Cretan region. But here's the kicker: they were also found in Western Australia. This is huge because it means these identical granules, formed around the same time, are present on opposite sides of our planet. A clear sign that continents were once connected. The only way to explain this is if South Africa and Western Australia were part of the same landmass, which we now know as Pangaea. This finding supports Wegener's theory and gives us a glimpse into Earth's history, revealing the power of ancient events like meteorite impacts. It's mind-blowing stuff. Get ready for a mind-bending journey through Earth's history. Scientists have pieced together clues from those tiny glass balls and more to reveal a fascinating story. What we now call Valbara was once a massive landmass that included what's now Western Australia and South Africa, all connected by no ocean but plenty of land. Fast forward, and Valbara merged with another supercontinent called Later on, around 1 billion years ago, joined forces with Nina and Atlantica to create the supercontinent Rodinia. Talk about epic land combinations. But here's a cosmic twist. Some theories suggest that during this time, Earth might have collided with another planet, referred to as a wanderer. This supposed collision could have been the trigger for Rodinia's breakup, setting the stage for the continents we know and love today. Buckle up, and let's continue our epic journey through Earth's history. After Rodinia broke apart, the continents began to drift together once again. This time they merged into a supercontinent called Pangaea. But don't worry if that name sounds unfamiliar. It was just a precursor to the one you know so well, Pangaea. This behemoth landmass started to take shape about 300 million years ago and was encircled by a single gigantic ocean known as Panthalassa. As the conditions on our planet became more hospitable, life began to get really wild. Imagine creatures like giant sea scorpions, massive flying reptiles, and early versions of modern animals all sharing space on this one supercontinent. Let's dive into what life was like on our fascinating planet during the time of Pangaea. Through some serious detective work, archaeologists pieced together the living conditions back then by studying ancient cratons in the USA and Europe. and here's what they discovered: near the equator, where it's warm today. Imagine a lush and vibrant rainforest, just like our Amazon jungle. But as you move away from that tropical zone, things start to dry out, and those dense forests give way to vast, rolling fern prairies. Now, can you guess what kind of amazing creatures would thrive in such a climate? Our star of the show today is Tanystropheus. This incredible creature roamed what's now Europe and Asia, back when Pangaea was still one supercontinent. Get ready to meet some seriously cool creatures that called Pangaea home. Let's start with Tanystropheus. This long-necked wanderer had a neck that rivaled our modern-day giraffe, stretching an impressive 3 meters into the air. But here's the mind-blowing part. Its neck was more than twice as long as its actual body. Can you picture it? This incredible animal would hang out by the ocean, relax, and then with lightning speed, whip its neck into the water to grab a snack like a fishing pro. And we thought our fishing rods were impressive. Now let's talk about another fascinating creature. Meet the Lystrosaurus, also known as the shovel lizard or dog walrus. This little guy might not look like much, but trust us, it was one of a kind. What makes it so unique? Well, this animal didn't have your typical teeth. Instead, it had 2 massive fangs that helped it dig up plant roots in Pangaea's dry regions. Talk about an underground foodie adventure. Let's dive into some seriously cool evolution experiments that nature ran on Pangaea. Meet the Drepanosaurus, a reptile-bird hybrid that'll blow your mind. This tiny titan was only about half a meter long, but don't let its size fool you. It had a super sleek neck and a beak-like skull that's straight out of a bird's playbook. But wait, it gets even cooler. Our Drepanosaurus friend sported massive claws on its index fingers and tail. Talk about a multi-tool. Just imagine this little guy tearing into tree bark or sniffing out insect nests with its powerful claws. It was basically the original nature's Swiss Army knife. If these incredible creatures had made it to the present day, they would have totally dominated their competition. Who knows what they'd be capable of? The possibilities are endless in the world of prehistoric evolution. Buckle up for a mind-blowing moment in Earth's history, a disaster that changed everything. About 252 million years ago, our planet witnessed the most epic mass extinction ever recorded. And here's the kicker: scientists think it was triggered by a massive asteroid impact. Can you believe it? This catastrophic event wiped out a whopping 96% of marine life and around 70% of all land creatures. Now, you might wonder why this had such a devastating effect, and it all comes down to how our planet's land masses were arranged back then. See, when all animals are crammed onto one supercontinent like Pangaea, they become super vulnerable to global catastrophes. Fast forward to today, and we've got some eerie similarities. That's why a Canadian geophysicist named John Tuzo Wilson decided to study how our planet's tectonic plates move, crash, and collide. Little did he know that his research would have major implications for us humans too. More on that in the next video. Get ready for some mind-bending Earth news. John Tuzo Wilson's groundbreaking research revealed that our planet's tectonic plates follow a super cool cycle. They form, collide, merge, and then start all over again. And here's the wild party. This process happens about every 200 to 600 million years, meaning our continents will eventually come full circle and form one massive supercontinent once more. Now, imagine the scientific excitement when experts started speculating about what this future supercontinent would look like. One brilliant geologist, Christopher Scottis, is on the case. He's been studying how our planet's plates have moved over time. And guess what? Africa and Europe are already inching closer together. Little do we know it's all part of a bigger plan. Did you know that Italy, Greece, and much of the Mediterranean region are actually being pulled towards Africa as the African plate slowly shifts beneath them? Imagine witnessing the birth of a new supercontinent. As our continents continue their slow dance, they're creating some epic landscapes. The collision between Africa and Europe is behind the majestic Alps and Pyrenees mountain ranges, while Greece and Turkey occasionally feel the rumble of earthquakes due to this ongoing movement. Meanwhile, Australia is taking a northward journey, heading straight for Southeast Asia. It's going to be one massive collision. Now, scientists are buzzing about what our future supercontinent might look like. Some experts predict Pangaea Ultima, but there's another contender, Orica. American researchers from the Geological magazine have proposed that all continents will unite in a gigantic landmass around the equator. Can you picture it? It's as if the Earth is preparing for an epic makeover, and we're about to witness the creation of a brand new world. Get ready for a radical transformation. If Orica becomes our future supercontinent, imagine strolling along coastlines that resemble Brazil's stunning beaches. It'll be a tropical paradise. But buckle up, because things won't always be sunny and bright. The interior of Orica will experience extreme heat, thanks to its massive size absorbing tons of sunlight. Meanwhile, the lack of icy poles reflecting sunlight means we're in for some serious temperature swings. To make matters more dramatic, the arid central region will cut off from life-giving ocean breezes, leaving it a barren, dry landscape. This is just the tip of the iceberg, or, should I say, the tip of the supercontinent. The changes won't stop there. Life on Earth as we know it will undergo a massive overhaul. Buckle up, because our planet's about to take a wild ride. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. Massimo Pietroban's vision for Pangea 2 is a wild ride. Imagine a supercontinent where coastal living becomes the ultimate luxury. And I mean Aluluxurawai, with scorching central regions and dried-up rivers. Prices for houses in these coveted spots will skyrocket. But beware, because this new world also brings extreme weather patterns. The merged ocean would churn out massive typhoons, capable of leveling homes or triggering a tsunami wave that could swallow coastal cities whole. And let's not forget the harsh desert landscapes that'll stretch across northern Africa and western USA. Talk about an unforgiving frontier. It's safe to say these areas will be off-limits for human habitation. Get ready for a future where the lines between paradise and disaster are blurred, and survival depends on adapting to the uncharted terrain of Pangea 2. Picture this, Central Park's lush greenery becoming a distant memory as New York City finds itself in a completely different climate zone. But what about the Aussies? They're about to experience a polar opposite one. Quite literally. Australia's desert-dwelling inhabitants will be sandwiched between Antarctica and tropical forests, creating a unique blend of extreme climates. And get this, scientists are predicting an explosion of new species, including primates and exotic birds. It's as if Pangea 2 is a real-life sci-fi movie come true. But what about the people living on this supercontinent? Well, researchers have created a profile for the average inhabitant: dark-skinned, dark-haired, and dark-eyed individuals who'll be drawn to the equator's warmth. It's not just a survival strategy, it's a lifestyle choice. As we reimagine our world in Pangea 2, one thing is clear: this future supercontinent will be unlike anything we've ever seen before. But here's a twist. Despite the diverse mix of cultures and climates on Pangea 2, its inhabitants might just become more accepting and united than ever before. Imagine people from different corners of this supercontinent coming together to share traditions, ideas, and values, creating a genuine global community. However, let's not get too carried away. We also have to consider the flip side of this coin. With countries now right next door, conflicts could become more frequent and accessible. Think about it: no need for lengthy ocean voyages or expensive logistics. Wars might actually become cheaper and quicker to wage. It's a wild thought experiment that challenges our assumptions about what it means to be a global citizen. But let's not forget the darker side of Pangea 2. If a pandemic were to strike, it could spread like wildfire across this supercontinent, potentially putting all human life at risk. And then there's the threat of natural disasters. A massive meteorite impact could be just as devastating as the one that led to the demise of the original Pangea. In the end, our hypothetical supercontinent might be left barren and uninhabited, except for those hardy cockroaches who'd likely thrive in any